and I'm here for the astrology report for September 3rd to the 9th of 2018. If you want your own astro chart, you can go to the linky below to the Etsy shop, as well on the Patreon. In the coven for the week of September, we are working with the theme of magic and magical practice and bringing more magic into your life. So if you're interested in that, you can go check it out on the Patreon. Otherwise, let's get started. It is a busy week. Last week was quiet. This week is making up for that. It has a lot of things going on. So the first headline is we have a new moon. We have a new moon on Sunday at 1:01 p.m. in the sign of Virgo, 17 degrees of Virgo. So it is a really good time to set some intentions, especially because there are some aspects that are really, really pleasant going on. If you want to know more about that, I do have a newsletter that comes out. You can go to the website and sign up for that. But basically, there's some good, awesome sort of aspects going on that make this a really good week for setting some intentions and then paying attention for little opportunities that come up. Virgo rules things like health. It also rules work and service. So if you have any goals in health or job related, or if you work with animals, pets, that kind of thing, this is a really good new moon to set some intentions in that particular area. Now, we do have some planets that are changing sign this week. The first is Mercury. Mercury, of course, is moving forward again. I'm going to get out my Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Mercury is moving from Leo into the sign of Virgo. It is doing that on Wednesday, September 5th at 9:39 p.m. Central Time. All times are in Central, of course. So let's pull that out. Let's find our Mercury in Virgo. Okay, so Mercury in Virgo is about caution. So when Mercury's in Leo, we are much more likely to speak our minds. We're probably prone to exaggerate, very dramatic kind of communication, but not so in Virgo. In Virgo, things get toned down quite a bit, and we're a lot more cautious about what we're saying. We're also more particular and fussy, and we might be more critical of others or even ourselves. So I encourage you not to get overly critical of yourself or others. It's okay to be cautious about what you say. I mean, certainly there needs to be a balance between the Leo extreme and the Virgo extreme. But it is a time where, definitely there's more clear communication that's going on, and I think that can definitely be a good thing. We also have Venus moving signs. Venus moves into Scorpio on Sunday at 4:25 a.m. Central Time. So she's in Libra right now, a sign that she rules and is very happy in. It is a sign, when she's in there, it's all about beauty and harmony and balance and getting along with others. She is more intense when she gets into Scorpio. So Venus in Scorpio is secrets. Now, Venus in Scorpio is notorious, those with Venus in Scorpio, for things like jealousy or affairs. This is in extreme forms. But Venus in Scorpio is very intense, very sexual, very intense. So there's a lot of energy, I think, going into the following week that's kind of, any sort of issues in any kind of relationships that may be going on beneath the surface may get brought up. It's encouraging you, though, with Venus in Scorpio, to really look at the underlying issues and not just the surface. Like, usually if there is some kind of jealousy going on, there's other issues that's just a symptom, and it's not the cause. Venus in the good side of Venus in Scorpio is that it's very much one where we're very passionate about things, and we want our relationships to be deeper and not just be surface level. We want spiritual transformation in them. So it's a good opportunity to kind of really go deep with your partner. It also is a time, it's interesting because we're moving into the fall season, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, where Venus in Scorpio tends to have darker, sexier, more gothy type tastes, and we definitely see that reflected in all the kind of Halloween stuff that is coming out right now. We also have Saturn moving forward. So Saturn was in retrograde. Saturn is now moving forward, and it is the sign that rules sort of like organization, business, government, large structures. So if on a global level, things that have been kind of stalling might start to move forward when it comes to things like business and government, rules, regulations, that kind of thing start to move forward a little bit more. But in our own lives, we may feel that all of a sudden we are getting a little more organized about things. Nobody really likes rules and restrictions, but they can be really good for getting things done. So it shows that the energy is starting to be freed up to get more organized about things. So use it in that way. Use it in a positive way. The other ones that are changing sign is we do have Ceres, the asteroid in charge of motherhood and nutrition and agriculture, moving into the sign of Libra on Friday. So it's all about nurturing. And so before Virgo, we were maybe looking more at things like a diet and maybe being more nitpicky about things. When she moves into Libra, it's more about finding that balance and harmony when it comes to nurturing ourselves. It's more about, not being harsh, not being critical, finding that kind of self-love for ourselves during that time. We also have Athena moving into sign of Virgo on Wednesday. So Athena is all about our strategies. She's organization as well, but she's kind of like the career woman of the zodiac. So she's all about our long-term goals. She's about the business side. She's like making the decision maker. And in Virgo, she's very happy there because she can make lots of decisions. She can organize. We can really work with the Saturn energy of organization to get into the details of things with the Athena energy to kind of like deal with the day-to-day sort of organization, daily routines, making a daily routine that supports us and nurtures us. So that's a really positive thing that's going on in the sky right now. So those are the headlines, and you can see there's a fair amount of headlines going on. But let's get to the day-to-day. So on Monday, we have the moon in Gemini all day. So a day, lots of, it's Labor Day here in Canada and the US. I don't know, I don't think it's a holiday other places, but here it is. But it's going to be like little short trips. It's going to be a busy day, lots of chatter, things going on. We have Mercury sextiling Venus on that day. So there's a lot of like happy communication, things are easy going. We also have Mercury making a square with Juno. So things are generally easygoing and good communication that day, but if there's any stress with a partner, it's encouraging you to talk about it, to not just let it kind of go. Talk about it, and you'll be, there's opportunity there to resolve some things. Mars is making a trine with Ceres on that day, so it's a good day to nurture yourself by doing some exercise, getting that Mars energy out. You're going to feel very active and busy that day. So channel it in sort of a very nurturing kind of way. It's also a good day to do activities with kids as well that are more active. All right. Tuesday, we have a void moon at 1:37 a.m. and then the moon moves into Cancer at 7:03 a.m. So most of the day the moon's in Cancer, so it, we're kind of more a softer, a little bit slower pace. We want to take care of ourselves and others. We want to stay home. It's not really a busy going out type of energy. We have Mercury making a trine with Vesta, so there's opportunities that day to talk about things like spirituality, to express our devotion to certain things. So it's a very quiet, calm, more gentle type of day. On Wednesday, moon remains in Cancer all day as well. We have Mercury that day moving into Virgo, as I was saying earlier. We have Venus making a sextile with Vesta as they. So it's a good day to beautify the home. It's a good day to do some decorating, to change things up a bit, even a good day to get a beauty treatment for yourself. We also have, that's also the day that Athena is moving into Virgo as well on Wednesday. Thursday, we have a void moon at 7:43 a.m. And then it moves into Leo at 8:14 a.m. So moon stays in Leo all day for most of the day on Thursday. So that's a day where, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're not really going out, but Thursday is a good day to get out there if you're doing any speaking, if you have to be on stage, if you have to be, host a party or anything, that is a good day to do it. Thursday, I'm thinking things here. Oh, that's also when Saturn starts to move forward on Thursday. Friday, moon again is in Leo, so good day Friday night to go out. Friday, we have the sun opposite Neptune that day, so we may be kind of impractical and idealistic. We may not see all of the downside of things. We may only be seeing positive things. It's easy to get deceived, that kind of thing. So don't believe everything you hear, especially if it sounds too good to be true on Friday. Mercury has a trine with Uranus on that day. So it's a good day for social activities, especially social activities between different age groups, with people maybe that are from a different background of you. You may meet some new friends that day on Friday. Mercury also has a trine with Saturn that day. So even though, we are kind of optimistic, and it's, we may be, not jumping to conclusions, but it's like we, with the sun opposite of Neptune, we don't see the big picture. We're only seeing the good things. With Mercury's trine Saturn, pardon me, it does give us a little bit more of a realistic edge there, and it's asking us to really look at making some decisions for ourselves for the long term. So it kind of grounds us a little bit more on that day. Jupiter has a sextile with Pluto. That goes on kind of for the rest of the weekend, and it's really about looking at things on a more spiritual and deeper level. So if we hear something over the weekend that sounds too good for to be true, again, we've got this energy that grounds us a little more, that makes us more likely to dig a little deeper and to find out what's going on. It's like we don't look at just the surface level of things. We want to dive deep and look deeper. So it's a good day to discuss things like psychology and the occult and spirituality and sort of these deeper type of subjects going on over the weekend. We also have on that day Ceres moving into Libra, as I discussed earlier. Saturday, there's a void moon at 8:31 a.m. and then the moon moves into Virgo at 9:29 a.m. So it remains there for the rest of the weekend. So Thursday, Friday are the days for going out. Saturday, Sunday, you're going to get some work done around the house. Virgo, or if you're working on those days. I shouldn't assume everyone does Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, right? So those are days to get organized, to get work done, to tend to like chores and daily routines and getting stuff out of the way. Saturday, we have Venus squaring Mars. So it's a good time, it's good for love relationships as long as there's not tension there. Like there's, a lot of sexual energy in that particular aspect. And so if there's tensions, it could kind of ramp them up a bit. But if things are good, it's definitely like a very energizing kind of energy that's going on. Don't get into fights with the opposite sex on that day. There can be some tension going on there. So avoid that if you can. Ceres is opposite of Chiron that day. So there may be things that happen, especially if we have like issues with, mother issues or issues around the body and especially food that day that may get triggered by something around us. And so, it's saying to be kind to yourself that day. And if you do get a button like that poke, just step back and sort of ask yourself, what do I need to kind of heal this? What can I do for myself? I see it as an opportunity to remind you that you still need some healing in that area. Sunday, we have our new moon going on. Great day. Like I said, set some intentions. Sunday, Venus moves into Scorpio that day as well. And we have Uranus squaring Athena that day. So there may be some events that surprise you a bit on Sunday that may get you to kind of reorganize the way that you're thinking about things or the way that you might want to plan things out for yourself. So roll with the punches a little bit that day. It's good that that happens because you won't be surprised later down the road when you actually start taking action towards things. If you already are like, oh, I know I need to do this, planning ahead basically based on what happens on Sunday. So a busy week ahead, lots of changing and shifting energy going on. Things were kind of slow in the summer, but they're speeding up this week. So let me know if you've been feeling a change in these energies, what you think. As always, if you have questions or comments, please put below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, love, rock and roll.